On behalf of the University, I'd like to extend a very warm and sunny welcome to you to this congregation for the conferment of degrees here in our Barney Hall. Graduations are very special days in our university calendar, and today they're special for two reasons. First of all, it's a celebration of our graduates' achievements, but secondly, this is the first graduation ceremony we've had in 2 years, so it's great to be back and to recognise the achievements of our graduates. Now, in a few moments, it will be my privilege to cap our graduates as their name is called out and they'll come up on stage to receive their awards. They will stand in front of me and I will hold the graduation cap above their heads to signify the conferment of the degree, and then thereafter they will collect their parchment and return to their seats. The graduation cap has an important role in the ceremony. It is recognised as a rite of passage and as a mark of achievement. And for each of our graduates, once they've been capped, they're now part of a community of scholars at the University of Strathclyde that can stretch back over 200 years to the Scottish Enlightenment. At the close of graduation, we have a reception in our new learning and teaching building to which everyone is invited to come along and to celebrate and enjoy some refreshments. We also hope to have an academic procession from the Barney to the learning and teaching building. It's normally weather dependent, but I think today the weather looks good, that I'm fairly confident that we'll be able to have that procession. So I do hope that you enjoy the ceremony, and when you see your loved ones come up on stage to receive their awards, please feel free to celebrate. I think that will be restricted to clapping your hands and stamping your feet, but please make the most of it, because these occasions only come round once in a lifetime. I now formally declare that this congregation for the conferment of degrees is open, and I invite Professor Ian Stewart, the Executive Dean of the Faculty of Science, to present our graduates to receive their awards. Thank you.
Vice Principal, in the name of the University and by the authority of the Senate, I present to you these students. Mohammed for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for research in the Department of Computer and Information Sciences, Mohammed Sabri Arif Al-Aboudi. For the degree of Master of Science in Advanced Computer Science, Ayush Asfana. Raj Biswas. Daniel Lucas Day. Hiral Mahesh Kanthada. Mohammed Shahrukh Khan. Rowan James Stockton. Wissam Tafat. In Advanced Computer Science with Big Data, Gary Brian Black. Alistair David Rash. Gayatri Dutt. Laura Kioseva. Nishant Lohan. Shubhada Shaskarao Sona. In Advanced Software Engineering, Ayodhyaji Daniel Bamitel. Matthew Cadden. Andrew John McFarlane. Craig Douglas Thomas. In Artificial Intelligence and Applications, Andrew Bogle. Fraser Buchanan. Alan Richardson Calderwood. Alexander Carruthers. Sinov Firuz Oud Kamoy. Imran Kokar. Manjit Lee. Ben Lee Walker Litherland. Liu Jiaming. James Evan Markin. Luke McShane. Patrick Mulvaney. Andrew Paul Mungle. Grant William Polonis. Elliot John William Richardson. Ines Ruiz. Keshan Sharp. Struan Robert Ruthven Stewart. Valid Zitush. In Digital Health Systems, Diva Jishni Jaspin J. Yaraj. Colette Louise Kinnaird. Matthew McCabe. Rachel McNaught. In Information and Library Studies, Inga Eileen Allen. Karen Alvey. Emily Ann Charnley. Amy Ellsby. Rachel Jane Gladstone. Jacqueline Laurie Kelly. Shannon King. Elish McKinnon. Alana Catherine Buchan McGinty. David Murray Musel. Colin Patton. Jocelyn Erin Elizabeth Roy. Chung Yao Yu. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Jamie Greenaway. And for the degree of Master of Science in Advanced Computer Science, Jossie George.
Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, and most of all, Strathclyde University's newest graduates, it is my pleasure to once again welcome you to our graduation ceremony here in the Barony Hall. Quite rightly, our graduates have been centre stage, and I would like to begin my address by congratulating all of you once again on your achievements. Your hard work has paid off, and now you have graduated in front of your families, friends, and the staff who taught and supported you during your time at the university. Very well done indeed, and let's all give our graduates a resounding round of applause. Now, in a short while, at the close of graduation, you may be asked to join the academic procession as this leaves the Barony Hall, which normally depends upon the weather, but as I said earlier, it's looking good thus far. This invitation actually symbolises the fact that you're no longer students, but now full members of the academic community of Strathclyde, a worldwide community that numbers over 180,000 individuals. You now join such esteemed company as David Livingstone, the missionary and explorer, John Logie Baird, who invented television, Dame Eilish Angelini, Scotland's first female Solicitor General and Lord Advocate, Helen Riddle and Baroness Annabel Goldie, leading Scottish politicians, and the entrepreneur and philanthropist Sir Tom Hunter. Today, we are celebrating our first in-person graduation ceremony since the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic, which has had far-reaching and unprecedented impact on all of our lives. The pandemic has challenged our health systems, it has impacted on our economies, and it has changed the way in which we work and study. However, it has also demonstrated what society can achieve when we work together, and it has placed science at the forefront of finding the solutions to the challenges we face. It was science and universities that delivered vaccines for the COVID-19 virus in record time, and it is science, engineering and education that will help us address other pressing issues, such as climate change. Earlier this month, Glasgow hosted COP26, the summit of world leaders which came together to agree measures to minimise global warming and climate change. As a university community, we are very aware of our responsibilities to reducing our impact on the planet, which is why we have set a target to reduce our carbon emissions by 70% by 2025 and to reach net zero before 2040. COP26 saw former US President Barack Obama visit Strathclyde University to speak with our students about the important role that young people will play in tackling climate change. The former president had a simple but powerful message for those who gathered outside our learning and teaching building. Pausing on the steps, he said to everyone, "Get active." Now, to our graduates, in reaching this point today, each of you will have benefited from the active support of your families, friends and supporters, and academically through your lecturers, tutors and supervisors. Many are here celebrating today because you carry with you their hopes, their wishes, and confidence for a successful career. For the past 15 minutes or so, their applause has rung in your ears as you each in turn cross this stage to receive your awards. I would now like to invite our graduates to show their appreciation for all the support they have received from their family, friends, and supporters. Your success, and in turn our success as a university, is in no small part due to the efforts of our staff, who are delivering our vision as a leading international technological university that is socially progressive. You can tell a lot about the values of an organisation by looking at its roots. Strathclyde University traces its lineage back to 1796, when Anderson brought it into being, the only Scottish university founded during the Age of Enlightenment, and embodying the Enlightenment principles of reason, tolerance, and equality. Anderson's belief in useful learning and his commitment to taking knowledge and using it for the greater good is the motivating force which gives Strathclyde University its momentum today. Anderson believed in knowledge for the greater good and education for all, what we would call widening access and participation. Strathclyde University is at the forefront of widening access to higher education, by welcoming those with the ability to learn, regardless of their personal circumstances. And 20% of our new students each year come from the most challenging areas in the country. Our ethos of useful learning continues to be relevant today as we seek new knowledge that we can readily apply to the challenges of the day. We are a research-intensive university determined to make a positive difference to the lives of our students, to society, and to the world. Through our groundbreaking research, we are helping to change the world for the better. Through our scientists and engineers, we are leading the development of innovative technologies that will facilitate the transition from fossil fuels to clean, sustainable energy sources such as wind, solar, geothermal, and hydrogen. We are developing new drugs along with new manufacturing processes that will provide cheaper, more effective treatments in the fight against cancer, kidney disease, and inflammatory disease, whilst also supporting our health services to face the challenges of health and social care and the changing demographics of the 21st century. Through our focus on entrepreneurial education, we are helping students and staff to create new, sustainable businesses, as well as supporting economic growth. We are also revitalising this part of the city through the Glasgow City Innovation District, attracting companies to work with the university in health technologies, financial technologies, 5G communications, industrial informatics, space and quantum applications, much of which is based within our Technology and Innovation Centre. And we are growing Scotland's manufacturing capabilities in the Advanced Manufacturing Innovation District Scotland, out at Glasgow Airport, where the National Manufacturing Institute Scotland facility is hosted by Strathclyde and is under construction. Our globally minded students and staff are also working in sustainable development and helping to address some of the inequalities in India, Malawi, and the Gambia by establishing clean water supplies, renewable power sources, and healthcare facilities. We understand the value of working in partnership as we extend our global reach with other leading universities, including Stanford, New York University, MIT, Caltech, Tsinghua, and the National University of Singapore. As a university, we are continually working to enhance our student experience, investing in our campus, as evidenced by our new Strathclyde Sports Building and our new Learning and Teaching Building. And we are investing in the mental health and wellbeing support services, placing our students at the heart of everything that we do. Our progress in these areas has been recognised in recent years, and we are the only UK university to win the Times Higher Education University of the Year twice, having won the accolade again in 2019. In recent times, we have been named Business School of the Year, Workplace of the Year, and Research Project of the Year. And earlier this year, the Times Higher placed Strathclyde University 4th in the UK for student satisfaction out of 150 institutions. It's also pleasing to note some of our staff and student successes, with Emeritus Professor Andrew McKettrick of Computer and Information Sciences receiving the Association for Computing Machinery's Carol V. Karlstrom Outstanding Educator Award for his many scholarship contributions. PhD student Keith Monroe, also of Computer and Information Sciences, has been named as the winner of the E.T. Bryant Memorial Prize in 2021. And Professor Chris Robertson of Mathematics and Statistics has recently had his work on the impact of COVID-19 vaccination on hospital admissions published in The Lancet, which headlined internationally as one of the first studies to show the effectiveness of the vaccine. Now, these are just some of the many contributions being made by our staff and students. And Strathclyde is being increasingly recognised as a place where things happen, and this is why our graduates are so highly prized by companies and organisations looking to recruit the best talent to drive their businesses forward. Our success is in no small part due to the collective efforts, talent and commitment of our staff, the 3,900 colleagues who deliver our vision as a leading international technological university. And like me, they are very proud of your achievements. All of our students learn how to be innovative, enterprising and creative, and they make a real difference when they go out into the workplace. So wherever your career takes you, always remember that as a Strathclyde graduate, useful learning carries with it responsibilities that go beyond academic scholarship. And finally, let me offer my sincerest congratulations to you all once again on your achievements, and I hope that you enjoy the remainder of what is a very special day. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that now concludes the formal part of this morning's graduation ceremony, which I hope you've enjoyed and that you'll take away very many happy memories. And at this time, I normally look to the back of the hall to see whether I get a thumbs up or a thumbs down for the weather, but I can see 2 thumbs up, which leaves me in no doubt that the weather is pleasant enough that we can have an academic procession. I would remind you that we do have a reception over in our Learning and Teaching building, which everyone is invited to come along to. And I'll take this opportunity to invite Strathclyde University's newest graduates to join the academic procession. We shall process out of the hall, and ladies and gentlemen, if you could remain in the hall until we have passed, and then immediately follow us over to the Learning and Teaching building, and we'll see you over there. I now formally declare that this congregation for the conferment of degrees is closed. Could you please be upstanding?